WeatherShield Windows and Doors is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Over its history, it has grown to be one of the largest and most innovative window and door manufacturers in the nation, with over 2,000 dealers across the globe. Today, plants in Wisconsin and Utah employ over 2,700 dedicated people and stand in sharp contrast to WeatherShield's humble beginnings in a small Medford garage. WeatherShield's story is about hard work, faith, entrepreneurial spirit, and dedication to community and family. And it begins with its founder, Edward Lee Shield.
When I got married, then I went to Detroit, and I walked into a storm window and door factory. I said, well, how do you get in the storm window business and doors? And he said, well, have you got $10, young man? By the end of the first year, I had $2,400, so I rented a place in Medford when we came back, Rush's old funeral home, and that's where the caskets and the corpses were stayed, and that's where I assembled the first storm windows and doors in Medford.
In the early 50s, Lee canvassed neighborhoods selling self-storing aluminum storm windows door to door. He noticed that no one was selling the new storm products directly to builders. So he went to Green Bay to call on contractors.
The first guys that I had sold the windows to, I don't know how they found me, but they found me, and they were tooting their horns at me and pulling me to the sides and handing me orders. And I said, no, I don't want any more orders. I haven't finished the ones I had from 2 months ago. And that's how that all built up.
In the spring of 1955, Lee Shield and his brother David formed a corporation under the name WeatherShield Aluminum Products and moved the business into a small garage, hiring 3 employees. Bob Spencer was the office manager, Don Habeck, plant manager, and Noreen Kelnhofer was hired as the secretary.
Well, at first, I did everything, because I've even told people I used to work for WeatherShield in a corporate office. I said I was the office.
Lee and Dave Shield and my father each had their distinctive roles in the company. Lee was the innovator, and Dave was more production, manufacturing oriented, and my father was more sales oriented.
He's like an artist. Lee has the ability to sit down and look at a piece of equipment and redesign it so you can build windows and doors more efficiently. He has a way to sit down and design a new window or a new door.
I did learn one lesson. Don't sell anything until you've seen it first.
And seeing that I take a look at the sales team, you really go back maybe 40 or 50 years ago to that sales force that didn't have anything. They had a product line, but they didn't have any national advertising, any exposure. Those people were really the pioneers.
Selling direct. None of the other companies did it. It was a rainy day. If you didn't want to walk through that mud to see them, you better, because you can't stand out on the road and sell windows. That guy wants to see you come in.
The difficult challenges as a startup in the 50s transitioned to an exciting new decade as an established corporation. In 1967, the company reached a major milestone, topping the $1 million mark in sales. The corporation's name was changed to WeatherShield Manufacturing Incorporated. In 1969, Lee founded WeatherShield Vinyl Industries, further integrating the fabrication of components for windows and doors.
Lee has always had the philosophy to integrate the company vertically as much as possible. His philosophy is that if someone else can do it, we can do it, and probably do it better and control our own destiny.
The 70s. For WeatherShield, it was a decade of daring risks and financial windfalls. The company grew rapidly through acquisition and converted its operations from assembly to fabrication. The various companies were merged into WeatherShield Manufacturing, and the present-day division structure was formed.
So I went to Marathon Millworks, and I made a deal with Herbie Cohen's mother, and it took me 6 months to liquidate it. I never did know how much equipment I moved back into the Harvey company, the electronics and molders and tenoners and everything, and that's the thing. In those years, that really put me on my feet. And that $1 million was the start of WeatherShield for the financial end to give me the whereabouts to go ahead.
WeatherShield now had the fabricating capability to develop new products. During the 70s, the company introduced such notable products as the one-piece casement jamb, the vinyl removable jamb, and thin fin trim.